Welcome to Full Embrace. We're Summer,
And Michelle, two life coaches exploring life's
messy
beautiful,
and powerful moments together.
every part of life.
Embraced. So today we want to talk about belief and the idea that we can change our beliefs and talk about what beliefs are.
Mm, yeah. What are beliefs?
Well, in my life coach training, I learned that beliefs are just thoughts that we choose to think over and over again
Mm.
until they become our beliefs. What?
Yeah, and I think they become automatic at some point, right? They become subconscious because our brain has taken over and said, "Okay, that's the thought. She repeatedly keeps thinking. I'm going to make that automatic."
And once it's a belief, we continually look for proof
The com-
to say that again.
the confirmation bias.
Yes, to confirm that belief. We're always
Yeah.
looking to confirm our beliefs.
Yeah. Yeah, if we break it down to it's just a thought that's repeatedly thought, then that means we can introduce a different thought and practice it and repeat it over and over and make it belief.
Yes. Before I got introduced to the idea of life coaching and mindset work, I just thought that I was who I was.
Mm,
And I really struggled with changing actions. I didn't think I had the ability to change the things that I did all the time.
yeah.
And it became extremely empowering to know that that all begins with my thought process and I can change my thoughts and therefore change my feelings and my actions and who I am
Mm,
completely.
yeah.
And it's funny that it took that for me to get it because I have gone to church where I believe that we as people, as human beings, can become better. But it wasn't working for me as easily and as quickly as I wanted it to.
Yeah, I think once we're dealing in the physical realm of actions and doing, it's a much harder realm to make lasting change in.
Mm.
But thoughts are like the spiritual realm, right? The thought isn't actually physically manifest yet. So I think it's much easier to change a thought than it is necessarily to change an action. Although we do both, right? We practice an action, which then makes that action a new way of thinking about ourselves. And then we're like, I am a runner, I am a chef because you're taking that action. So both ways work.
It's true. And once you do something, you gain confidence in that thing. But I definitely think for me, it's been more helpful to change my thoughts, take that first step in that direction to changing my actions than it is for me to change my actions in a way that's sustainable
Mm,
and consistent,
hmm.
going back the opposite way.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. That is my same experience. In fact, I think if my belief can actually be a thought about my identity, it becomes even more empowering. An identity thought that we would love to believe, right? To practice and to make it be how we see ourselves and what we can offer to the world because of who we think we are, who we believe we are.
Right. And if we kind of hop to you mentioned running, if you can have that belief, I'm a runner,
Mm,
or I have it in me to be a runner, or it might be possible that I can become a runner,
mhm.
then it's almost like, of course I'm going to run if I believe I'm a runner.
Yeah. Well, what kind of feeling would you have with the belief, "I am a runner," or the thought, "I am a runner," that you think repeatedly?
I would definitely feel confidence in running, and I think running would be less of a chore, right?
Mhm.
Like, I'm a runner. This is part of my identity. This is what I do, and it's not like I have to go run.
I have to go run. Yeah, totally different feeling that those thoughts bring up. I am a runner, or I'm gonna practice running, or I might be a runner versus I have to go and run
Yeah, that last one
miles.
is very heavy and
Mhm.
drudgery.
Yeah, not at all motivating.
No, or empowering or exciting.
Mhm. So it seems like in order to take on a new belief, we have to currently know what our beliefs are. And if we're just going to say our beliefs about ourselves or how we identify ourselves, you can't
Mhm.
take on a new one if you're not sitting or aware of your current belief.
Right. I think in the past, I used to tell myself, and not even being aware of it, that I was lazy. I am lazy, forgetful. I just can't remember or get things done.
There's so many things that we say to ourselves unaware. And anything that follows I am
Mhm.
is a powerful statement of identity. Those are two really empowering words, and um, maybe just becoming aware of how you talk about yourself. Do you
Mhm.
say, I am lazy? I am forgetful. I don't remember names. So would you please tell me your name again?
And what it does, when I had that belief, it definitely gave me permission to keep on being lazy or forgetting or choosing those actions that lined up with that belief.
So true.
Like I was uh giving myself permission to,
Align with that belief.
yeah, and it was, oh, excuse. It was an excuse,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, "Well, why can't you accept me? This is who I am.
Mm,
This is who I am."
yeah. Well, and so often I think those I am statements are often judgments of self. And we think it's just like you said, this is just who I am. Deal with it, accept it. Why can't you accept this about me? I know it's true, right? We've proven it true to ourselves, which is all like pointing fingers outward instead of saying, that really is not a belief that supports me
Oh,
or is
yeah.
helping me show up in my life the way I want to show up in my life.
Exactly. Those thoughts were keeping me stuck, definitely, and they were keeping me from opening my mind up to the idea that I have so much more ability and power and opportunity.
Than just the one I am lazy. I mean, there's so many possibilities of identifiers instead of that specific one. But for
Mhm.
some reason, you believed that one. I think we usually have good reasons for taking on these I am statements about ourselves. So it's not like I need to judge myself because I tell myself I'm lazy. It's like, oh, why am I talking to myself that way? There
Mhm.
must be a good reason. Can I sit with myself in the pain of that belief so that I can then let that belief go and no longer hold onto it tight or attach to it? Because it's usually the feeling attached to that belief that we just make it true.
Right. So going at it through the feelings. And I could also, I mean, I think the way I started to let it go was through my thoughts. It was like, is there ever instances where I'm not lazy? Like, is this really true? I love to ask
Mhm.
myself that question. I think sometimes the automatic reaction, if I'm really not trying to think through it, is, "Oh, yeah, it's true." But if I really look at it and think of all the things that I've ever done or accomplished, I have not been lazy in all of those instances.
Mm, yeah, that's a really good exercise.
So it's kind of like wiggling out some different options for
Mm,
beliefs,
mhm.
wiggling this idea that was my belief. And when it's a belief, I think of it like statue. It's kind of like more solidified. And maybe I guess when I question it, instead of shaking it, it's like heating it up a little bit. It's heating up this mold that I've made to be able to mold something else instead.
So you're making it more adaptable, more like it's clay and you're gonna mold it to what you really want. But first you have to see what you've already made.
And see that it's not stone. It's not a statue made in stone.
Ah,
That I'm not a statue made in stone. That I continually evolve in some way. But I think we have so much more ability to evolve faster or differently than just letting our environment evolve us.
yeah, my brain goes to it's more of a creator mindset or approach to life versus a victim, and I have to wait for these circumstances to show up before I can make changes.
Mhm.
Well, and we're likely a conglomeration of our beliefs about ourselves. We don't live on just one belief. There's got to be hundreds of
Mhm.
beliefs about ourselves that we're all like functioning from in our life, many of which are totally unconscious. We just do them automatically. So, how do we go about like discovering what those automatic subconscious beliefs are so that we can decide consciously if we want to keep them, if they're supportive and useful, or if we want to mold ourselves differently and choose a different belief?
I think first we have to become aware of our thoughts and notice our thoughts or feelings, right?
Mhm. Or even our actions, right? If we catch it further down the model, which is circumstances, then the thought, then the feeling, then the actions, then the result. If we don't like the result we're creating in our life, we can work our way back up the model to, oh, what am I thinking?
What am I thinking? And that's a skill
Mhm. Mhm.
to see your thoughts, to witness them as they're happening and not just believe them and think that they are truths.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely like an awareness practice. And I have to say, the awareness is not always comfortable. It can
Mhm.
be really uncomfortable to become aware of your thoughts. And it's probably an easy place to go to judge yourself about the thoughts you've just become aware of. So I think in the process of becoming aware of our thoughts and thus our repeated thoughts that are beliefs, we need to make sure we're being self compassionate and
Mhm.
just taking it as information, even when a feeling is attached to it.
Mhm. We might be getting a little too deep on this for a beginner, but stay with us.
This is how coaches talk to one another.
It'll start to become more clear as we go along. But you have all the power to direct your life, to direct your actions, and to become who you want to become. And it just takes understanding, knowing, and implementing tools, and sometimes getting help to use those tools to be able to become the artist or the creator of your own life.
Sure. If you have some resistance, I would sit with that and get curious with yourself and try to find out what you do believe about yourself and be okay with where you currently are. Because until we do that, we can't actually move to a more empowering belief about ourselves.
Accepting our current beliefs is the first step. Acknowledging, understanding, being aware of our current beliefs, and then becoming curious. about why.
Yeah.
And then the fun part is when we start to see new possibilities for beliefs. We invite you to continue to listen
Mhm.
and to reach out if you need help becoming aware of your own thoughts and beliefs. And then you can decide if you want to change them.
Yeah. All of your thoughts and beliefs are okay.
Yes. And I am Coach Summer, and I'm with Coach Michelle, and you can reach us at coachmesummer.com. We'd be happy to hear from you.
Every part of life.
Embraced.